Looking not good.
We finally did it. We swapped out our ovens from the gas to now electric. Yesterday, me and Jordan ran a brand new 6-2 line from the breaker panel over to here, put a new plug in and put a 50 amp breaker in. We didn't record that because there's so many videos on YouTube and stuff where you can go and see how to run, you know, basically an electrical line to an oven. There's so many videos out there on that. So we didn't record it. That, and I didn't want anybody to think this was a how-to video, you know, because it's not what it is. It's not a how to install electrical wiring or anything like that. I'm just showing you what we done and how we done it. But anyway, we run a brand new line, brand new breaker, brand new line, brand new receptacle back here. We took the gas stove out, put the electric stove in. And it does work. My biggest thing is a lot of solar channels, whenever they install something like this, they won't show you exactly how much power it uses to run an electric range. That's the biggest question a lot of solar companies get, is say, well, how much power does it take to run an electric range? I want a system big enough to where everything's electric, everything's 100% electric off-grid, and I want electric range. They don't want the, I guess the trouble or the burden of going out and getting gas for like a gas stove. And that's not the reason that we wanted to switch over. Here's the reason we wanted to go from gas to electric. So this was Amanda's idea, but this is how the gas stove done all her pots right here. All her pots are burnt like that. So, and you can't get it off. I mean, we tried cleaners, homemade cleaners and store-bought cleaners and stuff like that, but it just will not come off these pots. So we're going to save a bunch of these pots, but for the outdoor kitchen that we're going to build, they're perfectly fine because it's going to be gas and wood. So these will be fine for that. So that's one of the main reasons we wanted to go with the electric range. The second reason, well, we are also like prepper-minded people. What if something happened tomorrow and you couldn't get gas? Well, as long as the sun's shining and nothing happens to that aspect, I mean, we've got power. So we can still cook our food with this electric range. That's our way of thinking is, you know, we're trying to prepare our house to where it's more self-reliant. We don't have to depend on other things like going out to get gas. We have wood heat. We also have electric mini splits, you know, stuff like that. So, I mean, that's kind of our way of thinking. But anyway, back to this range. We bought this thing off Facebook Marketplace. All right. And I think we was sold someone's, you know, it's not like it ever happens on Marketplace. But I think somebody intentionally sold us a bad oven. But it is, but it isn't. It is bad, but it isn't. Okay, see this display right here? See this display right here? See, the power is onto the oven. Okay, but if you'll check this out. Right here, if you open the door, now you see those lights come on and that come on. Alright, but now if you close the door, it'll go off. See, it went out. I think coming up this road, it's real rough coming in here because the ruts and stuff's in the road out here now and stuff. It's a mess again. We're in mud season and the road is bad again. So, you know, you bounce and jar a whole lot. And we had this thing strapped down really good on the back of the truck, but it did, you know, jump around, bounce around a little bit. So I'm thinking either we damaged the circuit board in here doing that, or we was intentionally sold a bad oven. But anyway, after noticing this last night, I pulled it back out and I took the back off of it. And right around where the light goes in here, into the oven light, it is burning a little around that. It's like black charred around that light, like where the plug-ins are or something. Like something happened right there. So I think it's got something to do with from that light to this motherboard. I think when that light shorted out, it done something to this motherboard. Because like I said, even right here, here's the oven light. You can switch this on. It all comes on. All the power comes on. The power failure light comes back on. Of course, you can match clock and it goes away. So that comes back on once you turn this light on right here. And these come back on. That's just where we had the oven on, or the eyes on earlier. But, so watch this, turn this light back off. It goes out. So if anybody, you know, watched our videos knows anything about ovens or anything like that, you can jump down in the comments and kind of say what you think it is. I just think it's got something to do with the motherboard. That's what I think. But the eyes and the oven, everything still works. As long as you turn that oven light on. Turn that oven light on and it all works. See, kicks on, the oven kicks on. The eyes kick on. Let me do this. Eyes kick on. So, another thing is, turn the oven light off. Okay, all that goes back off. The eyes still work. The eyes don't still work. The light don't come on, but the eye still works. And the oven does not work. The oven does not work if the oven light is not on. It just will not work. It'll keep flashing right here to keep telling you to turn the oven off. This button will flash and says turn the oven off. So, kind of weird the way it's working, but it does work. And we're officially on electric range right now. And we're gonna throw some clips in here of how much power this thing uses. Right now, we're actually producing power right now. It's early in the morning, it's like 10, 15 in the morning. And we're bringing in 1,000 watts right now. Let me go over here and cut this eye on. Okay, the front small eye of the oven is on. And as you can see, we're still bringing in 260 watts charging the batteries. So the solar is running the oven and charging the batteries right at the moment. As you can see, it is on. Okay. Let's try the big eye. Try that big eye. Maybe that one. Right there. Okay, as you can see, it's on. I'll wait and show you that it's getting red before we go over here. You can see it starting to get red, starting to get hot. Okay, and as you can see, we are using 411 watts out of the battery bank to run that big eye on the stove. So there's cloud come through too, so that'll probably change as soon as the cloud goes away. But as of right now, we're only using 399 watts to run that big eye. And it's still on. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll try the oven. Let's see here. Turn it on. We'll put it on about what?
450.
450. Right there.
It shows it here. Well, it did show it there.
Okay, as you can see, it is on. The little lights are on. Okay, and once again, it is using 380 watts. So the oven and that big eye use about the same amount of power. As you can see right there, it's only using 325 watts to run that oven. That's including the solar that's coming in, which is roughly, I would say probably 800 to 1,000 watts right now at this minute. Like I was saying, that's a big thing with a lot of people that want solar setups and solar systems, whole home solar systems. A lot of questions are like, how big of a system do I need to run everything electric, keep everything 100% electric, like electric heat, electric range, you know, everything, water heaters. Okay, I can tell you now, we have electric range now, we have mini splits that are electric, we have electric water heaters. Everything in the house is 100% electric now. This is the only thing that wasn't, and now it is. Okay, we have the 12K inverter, the GroWatt 12K. It runs everything perfectly fine. Everything in the house, you know, it runs it perfectly fine. And the battery bank we have now, it's like last night when we installed this, we actually cooked on it. And we cooked on it for probably, what, 45 minutes to an hour total, something like that. We cooked hamburgers, shrimp, we boiled shrimp, you know, stuff like that. Just say 45 minutes tops. Okay, the battery bank was on 100% when we started, and when we got done cooking, the battery bank was on 99%. So that's pretty good, because I was kind of watching to see what it done. So all the cooking we done and everything running as normal. You know, we got internet, lights, TVs, just everything running as normal, like a normal household. Refrigerators, freezers, and we use 1% of the battery bank, and that's cooking with this thing. It draws, like I said, it draws probably 1,000 to 1,100 watts per to the small eyes, 1,800 watts for the big eye, and 1,800 watts for the oven. So I think with everything running, it'd be what, 8,000 watts, something like that, 8,500 watts total with everything running in this thing. So I mean that's pretty good. And so anyway, we went to bed last night, and I think it was about 11 o'clock when we finally went to bed. And we got up this morning at what, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and the battery bank was on 97%. 97%. And that's everything we done last night before we went to bed. And I always leave the TV running overnight. I run the TV all night because I've got to have some kind of bracket going on in the background. And like I said, it was down to 97%. Okay, we're charging back right now. It's at back to 98% now. Back to 98%. And it's roughly, what, right now, 9:45.
Since we have the new stove now is the perfect time for me to show you the new mat that a company reached out to us and sent us to put on the stove. And make sure your stove is cooled down before you put it on. These silicone mats are perfect for keeping the glass top covered and protected. It keeps it from getting scratched and damaged. And they also look really nice, you know, sitting here. But make sure that it's cooled down before you put it on. One other thing I wanted to show you is why we're doing the stove video is, as Chris said, all my pots and pans look rough. So, he got me this one for Christmas, this blue diamond. And it'll match, you know, the blue mat, and it also matched my Pioneer Women set. So we wanted to show you the pan set that I got for Christmas and the pot that Angel got me. It's a little, I put water in it and make hot chocolate, make coffee, make whatever, you know, with it. And then the pan set, they are scratch resistant. I wanted to start over with a new set since we have a new glass top stove. That way the pans won't get damaged. I didn't want to open them at Christmas and get them all messed up knowing we were switching our stove over.
Alrighty guys, that's just kind of an update on our solar, what type of power it uses to run an electric range. So I hope this kind of helped anybody looking to find a system big enough to run, you know, their house, their home, household, whatever, homestead, anything that's like all electric, such as this range, heat, air conditioning, stuff like that. So it's kind of a breakdown on what it takes to run ours. So, like I said, if you run this whole entire oven, eyes, everything is roughly 8,500 watts to run the entire thing at one time, which we never will do. Our system will do it, don't get me wrong, but we will never do it like that, because even with just us, even whenever the kids are here, you know, it's just a few things here and there. So, if you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe button. Catch you on the next one.
Like, subscribe, watch another video. Bye.